What's up everyone, it's all over here. So I've been seeing a lot of videos on YouTube with real estate agents talking about how successful they are and how much money they made and how they think everyone should be a real estate agent so you can start making a bunch of money too. But none of them really talk about the process of becoming a real estate agent, what documents you need, what do you have to submit to the Department of Real Estate in order to get your license. So in this video, I'll be going over what documents you would need, what classes you have to take, and how to submit your application to the Department of Real Estate so you can become a real estate agent and you can start practicing real estate also. So, in order to submit your application to the Department of Real Estate, you need 4 items. First item is the application itself. The second item is the 3 class course certificates that is required by the Department of Real Estate. The third item is the live scan, which is your background check. And the fourth item is the check you have to pay to the Department of Real Estate in order to get your license. Start with the first item. The first thing you have to do is fill out the application that is required by the BRE. So go to www.dre.ca.gov. Once you're on the website, look for the packet that includes the Forms RE216B, RE435, RE435A, RE237, and RE229. This is the combined application packet to take the exam and for your salesperson license application. I recommend this one because once you fill this out, you submit it to the Department of Real Estate. Once they approve everything, they'll give you a test date. And when you take that test, if you pass, you find out right away if you pass or not. And if you pass, you can start practicing real estate right away. Let's talk about the forms. RE216B is a general information form. What you want to concentrate on is RE435. So the form RE435, it's about 4 pages long. You want to fill this out as much as possible and as truthful as possible. So fill out every single question, because if you miss a question and you submit it to the BRE, it takes about a month or 2 for them to get back to you. And if they see that you missed a question, they'll send the application right back to you. You have to fill that out, send it back, and it could take up to another 2 months before you get a test date. So you definitely don't want to waste time and miss a question and then push your application or your test date back 2 months. So definitely fill out everything as much as possible. Make sure you don't miss any questions. Now, to submit this application, it's $305. Out of that, $60 goes to your exam, and $245 goes towards the application. When you start filling out the application, make sure you check the C box. That's the combo box for both the exam and the application. And once you check that box, just start filling out the application. Go through every page. Make sure you don't miss any questions, and then we'll go to the next part. Once you're done filling out the application, sign on the last page and date it, and you've completed form RE435. Now the next form in your packet is RE435A, which is general information. So definitely read over that so you have all the information. So the next form in the packet is RE237, which is a live scan, basically a background check. So with this form, you take it to a UPS store or any store that you Google, and if they do live scan, you can take it into that store. By default, this is a $49 charge to pay for the background check, and then however much that the store charges to do your fingerprints or your live scan. So usually, I think the UPS store, they charge about $27 or so. And then on top of that, you pay the $49. And that's why I was telling you to be as honest as possible on that form RE435, because whatever you answer on there, they will run the background check and they'll be able to see if you're telling the truth or not. So make sure you get this done, and you need 3 copies. 1 copy, the UPS store or whatever store you get it done from, they keep a copy. You keep the second copy, and then the third copy, you give it to the Department of Real Estate. So now in your packet, you would have the form RE435 completely filled out and signed and dated, and then the second form is the RE237, which is a live scan form. The third thing that you would need to submit along your application is a payment form for the $305. Now what I always do is I want a copy of it because this is a write-off. I write a check to the Bureau of Real Estate for $305, and I would include that in with the application. That's the third item. Now the fourth and final item you would need is the certificates for your classes. In order for the Department of Real Estate to approve your application, you have to take 3 real estate related courses. Now the 2 mandatory ones are real estate practice and real estate principle. And the third elective course, you could either have it be property management or finance or economics or appraisal, whatever you want. Now you could go online and search for real estate courses and a bunch of websites will show up. Just choose any of them. You could, either go by price or go by reputation, but it's all the same. You end up getting their certificate saying you passed the courses, and that's the certificate you submit to the Department of Real Estate. Now what I did was I took real estate practice and real estate principle with one of those websites. And then at that time I was in college, so I already took finance, I already took economics, so I just grabbed my transcript and sent my transcript along with the other 2 certificates, and the Department of Real Estate accepted that. The price for these courses vary. It could be $100, it could be up to $300. It all depends. Are you taking 1 class or 2 classes or 3 classes? I mean, for most of you, you'll have to take real estate practice and real estate principle. Maybe you have the third elective done already, so you don't have to take it. And then at the same time, they'll also give you other options. Do you want to buy a study exam for the actual real estate test? Or do you want flashcards or whatnot? So that's totally up to you how much you want to spend on that. But it could be as cheap as $100 to go up to $300 or $400. It all depends on the website and the packet you get. Okay, so now you're so close to being done. In your application, you should have Forms RE435 completely filled out, every page fully answered, signed, and dated. You should have that Form RE237, which is a live scan. You keep a copy, put a copy in the application, make sure the UPS store, whoever did your live scan, sign, date, and stamp the paperwork. The third thing in there should be the check for $305 made out to the Bureau of Real Estate. And the fourth and final is your 3 certificates for the 3 classes: real estate principle, real estate practice, and a third course, whether it's your transcript from college for either finance or economics or whatever it is, or whether you're taking it with that online class and you add it on there. Now once you have all 4 done, make sure you package it together, put it in a big yellow envelope, tape up the sides, do where it is, make sure it's secure. And then what you want to do is send this to the Bureau of Real Estate. And I believe their address is, so yes, mail it to the Bureau of Real Estate at P.O. Box 137001, Sacramento, California 95813-7001. But don't mail this out with just 2 stamps. Take it to the postal office, get it with a tracking number, and get priority or something, so you could keep track of your package basically and make sure it gets to them safely. Because if you don't get tracking and it gets lost, you won't know. Because like I said, it takes about a month or 2 for them to get back to you. And after, if you don't get tracking, your package will get lost. You could wait 2 months later, and the whole time the Department of Real Estate didn't even get your application. So make sure you get tracking. This way you know that they received it, and now it's just a waiting game. It takes up to a week, it takes up to a month or 2 months for them to get back to you. Once, if everything passes on your application and you're not missing anything, they'll send you an email and tell you that you now qualify to take the exam, and you will go on the website again, www.dre.ca.gov, and from there you can schedule a test date. Now the testing dates are usually a month in advance, so right now it's April, so more than likely I'll be signing up for a test date that's in late May. Once you have your test date, this is very important, make sure you take a crash course the weekend before your test. So if your test is on Wednesday, take the crash course the weekend before. And that crash course can be very useful because it'll basically give you the breakdown of what the test is like, and it'll give you tips on how to take the test. So I know most agents that I've spoken with have all taken the crash course, and they end up passing the first time, or if they didn't pass the first time, they take the crash course and pass the second time. On the day of your test, make sure you get plenty of sleep, eat a good breakfast, and then try to get there about 45 minutes before your test, just so you could cram in some last minute information and then go wait in line. Now, like I said, once you take the test, after you're done with the test, when you're leaving the building, they'll give you a piece of paper telling you if you passed or not. So you'll know right away if you passed. So the actual exam for a salesperson, you have 3.5 hours to answer 150 questions. And to pass, you need 70%. That means you only have to get 105 questions right, and you pass the test. And once you pass like I said, after you finish the test, as you're leaving, they'll give you a piece of paper which tells you if you passed or not. So if you didn't pass, it'll tell you what percentage you got, and it'll give you a breakdown. You can see from there which section to study more on. And if you didn't pass, it's no big deal. You just go on the same website, you pay $60 and you retake the test, usually about a month later depending on the opening and the location you're doing it at. I hope you found this video useful. If you have any questions, drop a comment below or send me an email, and make sure you hit the subscribe button because I will be uploading new videos. Also in the future, I'll be making new videos about title and escrow and what kind of brokerage you should join if you're a new agent. Should you join brokerage that pays you a lot of commission with no training, or a brokerage that pays you that takes a fair cut of your commission but provides you with top of the line training? So make sure you subscribe, and I'll be posting new videos. I hope you have a great day. Thank you guys.